Record for snowiest Halloween could be broken tomorrow with a snowstorm taking aim at the state line. This is a pretty rare snowstorm, and that October usually doesn't see much, if anything, for snowfall. Winter weather advisories out until 4 o'clock tomorrow. This is when we're expecting to see the snowstorm wind down. Up until that point, several inches of snow likely. That could result in slushy roads by tomorrow morning as the heaviest of the snow is on the way. Here is satellite and radar as we zoom out and looking at the entirety of the storm. Throughout the evening, light to moderate snowfall moved into the state line. Even saw some sleet on the leading edge of this, but now looking at straight snow showers. The worst of it still lined up over Iowa. As that heads eastward, we'll see those snow rates pick up and start to cause some slush to stick to the roads as we go into early tomorrow morning. For right now, though, hit or miss light snowfall with some moderate bands working into the state line. Now, eventually, though, after midnight, that snow becomes steady. It's not just the snow and what's coming on the roads. It's going to be hard to see with these snow showers coming through. Visibility down across the board, varying depending on how heavy the snow is, but we can see visibility down under 1.5 miles to under 1 mile at times. So that just adds to the hazardous conditions in the morning. Take it slow out there as you go on your morning drive to school or work. Here's our state and Maine camera, and you can see the roads are still wet as of right now, but snow showers popping up, at least in the street lights, starting to stick to the cars, as well as some elevated structures. So road a little too warm for that snow to stick currently, but don't let that fool you. By tomorrow morning, expecting to see slush on those roads. Here's future tracks showing the snow becoming steady by about 1 in the morning, and there's those more moderate to heavier bands of snowfall setting up right across the state line. That continues until about 5 in the morning. Then we should see the snow wind down a little in intensity, but still looking steady by about 9 o'clock. Once we get beyond 9, starting to see that snow lighten up. We head into the afternoon, will dry out from west to east, but keep in mind, middle of the afternoon, still seeing some light snowfall in spots. It's going to take until about 4 to 5 in the evening before the snow is fully undone in our area. And because we have a long duration event, 4 to 6 inches of snow coming across the state line. No matter where you are located, we're right underneath the heaviest of the storm, dropping off as you head southeastward, though. So as you're going towards Chicago, could see under 4 inches of snowfall, but locally we are expecting up to 6 to fall with this particular storm. That does mean slushy roads by the morning, difficult driving conditions, all because the heaviest of the snow comes through between tonight and tomorrow morning. So keep in mind those slushy conditions for that morning drive. By the way, we could tie the coldest Halloween on record and then definitely break that record for snowiest Halloween, only 1/10 of an inch, the current record that will very likely fall within the next several hours. 30 for a low tonight as that snow starts to move on through, and then we see only 32 for a high. That would tie the coldest Halloween with snowy and breezy weather ending by the evening. And just because the snow is ending doesn't mean we're looking at the hazardous conditions to go away. Teens for wind chills, so it's going to be almost bitterly cold for late October as temperatures will be in the 20s at times. We also still have slushy roads to deal with, so if you are going to be out and about trick-or-treating, just remember it takes a lot longer to stop on snowy roads, harder to see as well, so try to avoid those conditions as much as possible. Whether you're walking around or you're driving, definitely wear something bright and reflective on those costumes so the drivers can see yourself as you're walking around with your family or trick-or-treating yourself. Safest option, of course, find indoor events if possible. As we head into the weekend, however, we do have dry conditions as the weather stays cold. We're back into the 40s by early next week. James and Kristen.
Alex, thanks.
Pumpkins